Let me just tell you about the International Invitation Large Agility, an invitation event this in 3 parts. They had the jumping this morning, the agility is coming right up, and then we will have the final later on with those results crunched up and combined. If you've been eliminated, you can't win the final. And this is International Saturday. Very expressive judge, Nick Jones, has done a fine job here at Crufts 2023. Very distinctive footwear as well. We're going to have 19 intermediate dogs, and first to go is Shani Elmstedt from Denmark with Mayday, 10-year-old border collie, Danish champions in 2022 and qualifying for Crufts 2023. At this stage, Ashley, welcome to the commentary box. We're a very welcoming little bunch up here, me and Graham, by the way. Just give us your thoughts on this opening dog, first of all, would you? Mayday, the border collie.
Yes, thank you, Jim. So we are off onto number 6 into number 7. So we've got a fairly difficult weave entry here. The dogs have to go past that long jump, finding that weave entry, wrapping around that first pole into our tunnel. And then we're going to go into number 12. So they've already done this tunnel. They need a nice big call over to number 13. Down this straight line, keeping that control into a push around the back onto that dog walk. Do we have a running dog walk? We do. Lovely hit and finish.
Thank you very much. Great work on that opening dog, and great work from Shani and Mayday as well, setting the standard 34.6 seconds and clear. This is Dina Unterisi from Switzerland. Swiss mountain dog, tricolour, and very, very nice markings as well. Swiss bred, 10 years of age. Unusual dog, this one for Crufts, Graham.
You certainly don't see many Swiss mountain dogs here in the UK, Jim. It's got a lot to say for itself. It's all about, not necessarily all about speed, these competitions. It's about the tight turns and straight lines. Straight lines equals a really good speed. That is a tricky weave entry there, because they've got to avoid that long jump. In and out to the end. They must be completed correctly before they move on, otherwise they get faulted. And it goes tunnel, tunnel. So this is the quick part of the course. A little bit of control now as they come round the back of that jump. Oh! Knocked it over, but they do fall over really easily. I mean, that's all for safety as well. So she'll be looking to put a nice finish in here. Just the 5 faults at the moment. There we go. Very nice indeed. Well done, Dina.
Well done, Dina and Scarlett. 5 faults and 45 seconds. Ashley, what went wrong there?
I think she was calling the dog out of the number 12 tunnel, trying to really get that connection with the dog, but then I think she loitered a little bit too long, got in the way, and then when the dog landed, the person was in the way.
This is Win, Michaela Kroon from the US of A, chosen by the American Kennel Club to represent the US. Win and Michaela have travelled from Fairbanks, Alaska. A bit of Alaskan weather we had here over the last couple of days as well. And they're just sorting that fence out there as well. Win quiet and calm, the dog at home, but not on the agility. And as Graham has been saying, those fences designed to do minimum damage to the competitors.
Pit stop on the jump change there, Jim.
Yes. Michaela and Win all set. Thoughts, Ashley, early on in this one?
Really nice and smooth so far, onto that seesaw. We really want to get those tight lines, especially to that number 5, 6. Beautiful weave action there. Oh, a little bit late with her timing into that tunnel. This is a really unusual way of handling, but it actually worked beautifully. Really kept that connection with that dog. I really like the way that she handled that, actually. Round the back, lovely independence onto that dog walk. Can they hit it? Yes, and finish. That was beautiful.
That is excellent work from Michaela, the best we have seen so far. Clear and quick, Graham.
Yeah, you would expect the USA to be sending a quality dog over to the UK to represent them, and that's what she is. I know they think long and hard about who they can send and who they can represent them to the very best of their ability.
Next up from Ireland, you're looking at Laura Murphy. Indy, rescue dog, 7 years of age. Actually came back to a rescue centre in a Tesco bag for life, and would you believe the woman asked for the bag back. Eliminated in the jumping this morning, and let us see what Rescue and Laura can do here.
Oh, good save there. Time wasting, but she managed to get the dog's attention there onto that seesaw. Lovely hit there. And I actually know Laura quite well as well.
What goes through your mind with a moment like that?
Oh no. Actually, I had a moment like that yesterday in my competition.
We saw it.
And I managed to save it, but it's how you recover from those moments that really stand out. They are the difference between being a good handler and a great handler, I believe.
Finale then over the dog walk for Laura and for Indy. 10 faults, 42 seconds into the top 4.
And Ashley's right, she did do well to recover, because as I keep saying, once it starts to go wrong, it continues to go wrong, because your mind is on the first mistake and then you're not concentrating on anything else going forward.
Falcon, working sheepdog, and Mike Bendel from England. Workaholic is Falcon, loves agility, had an incredible year. Won the Agility Stakes final in December and 2 championship tickets. Let's just, for any new viewers, Graham, you do this, talk about the lack of hair on this dog.
Yeah, it's got alopecia, just the dog form of alopecia. It's not in any pain, it's not irritating or anything else. It's just the hair drops out. It's been to see a vet, it's very safe for it to compete. It didn't stop it being any less noisy though, Jim.
No, absolutely.
They've qualified to represent England here by virtue of winning the Senior Agility Stakes at the International Horse of the Year show. Having a fantastic year, and you can see why. Such a tight turn there. Is it going to be a running contact? Yes, it is. Oh, fantastic.
Applause from everybody there. Mike Bendel and Falcon. Absolutely outstanding. The best we have seen, 32.6 and clear.
They are having a fantastic year. I know Mike really well. He's a lovely guy, but he works so hard with his dogs, and I'm so pleased with that run.
Lovely feeling for Mike at the end there. Popular visitor Sergio Sousa from Portugal with the dog called Cat, 9 years of age, winner of this event back in 2019. Great handler, Sergio.
He's, again, a lovely guy, really nice handler, just maybe slightly turned a little bit too tight on that number 2, so we're on 5 faults at the moment. But he's a really smooth handler. This dog is 9 years old, but still looking great. And that really does help sometimes when you've got a dog that has that experience, they know this arena. That really does make a difference, really trying to get that connection there on number 13. Beautiful jump there. And they're off down that straight line, onto that push round.
And pushing up over the dog walk for the finale. Shame about the 5 faults, 34.4 for Sergio and Cat. 14th time for Sergio at Crufts.
That was a lovely run. Like I said, I think the dog just turned a little bit too tight on that number 2 and clipped it with its front paw, but the rest of the run was stunning.
This is C, Mona Greffenstein from Germany, 4 years of age, representing Germany for the 3rd time at the International at Crufts. 3rd in the jumping this morning, so a combination to watch. C and Mona from Germany.
Yep, Mona's a regular visitor to Crufts, does very well every year to be nominated by Germany to represent them, and you can see why. She really is a class act. It's all about communication. If you just try and watch the handler as well as the dog, she's totally in contact with this dog. The further away from you are from your dog, the more chance there is of a mistake. Coming up for the dog walk, is it going to be a fit flying finish? Yes, it is. Well done. 22.630.
32.630, just fractionally slower than Mike Bendel. It's all about hundredths of a second here.
It really is, and the competition is just every year it gets tougher and quicker, and that's why you have to be perfect.
Crazy, 7 years of age, border collie Ewan Patterson from Scotland. Third time Crazy has represented the Scots at Crufts. They've won this for the past couple of years. Overall winner last year then. Crazy, current Crufts champion, 4th in the jumping this morning. Ashley, a combination to watch these two.
Oh, every time Ewan watches, I stand still and I just have to watch. They are just incredible. I mean, Ewan and Crazy have just such a great pedigree together, and I mean, watching them is just a treat in itself. Oh, nice tight turn there.
And here's the finale for Ewan and for Crazy, 32.1, and the reigning champions are the quickest so far, Graham.
They are, and the reason that they're the quickest is not only the dog's overall ground speed, but you just got to look at the turns he gets and the lines that the dog takes. As you say, there's nothing quicker than a straight line, and he just demonstrated it absolutely beautifully.
From the Netherlands, Marjolein Verweenman. And Boss, 4 years of age, eliminated from the jumping this morning. Doing this for 10 years. There's Marjolein, 41 years of age now, Dutch Masters winner last year, and that's why they are here at Crufts this time round.
So unfortunately, we are on an elimination. Went round the back of the jump on number 3, but they're going to keep going. The dog doesn't know any different. They're just having a great time out there.
And what goes through the handler's brain? Not that you get eliminated that often, Ashley. I mean, how do you just clear it?
It is a hard feeling, especially when you get eliminated at the beginning of course. It's hard to then get yourself together and try and run the best course that you can. But the dog still gets a toy at the end of the day, and they, you know, still live the best lives.
It's no good asking Ashley that question, Jim. She never gets eliminated.
I did preface it with
Don't say that.
You did.
I've got championships tomorrow. Thank you, Graham.
This is Sabina Harkinsson from Sweden and Ibra, 5-year-old border collie. First time at Crufts for both handler and dog, competing though since 2010 as Sabrina. Can you remember when you were a first timer here, your feelings?
Oh, it is, well, every time I step onto that green grass out there, it is the best feeling in the world. And that's why every year us competitors will compete against each other to try and get here.
Meanwhile, Sabina here with a 5-year-old border collie, doing really, really well. The name that you can see on the screen in front of you is the dog's name, as I say. But looking at this, the time to beat 32.123. Oh, 33.614. But is she happy? Yes, she is. See, immediately she gets the dog's toy out. That is the reward for doing what the dog's doing well. So that's brilliant.
Up into the top 4 they go. High quality performances and many more to come, I'm absolutely sure. Maria Haag from Northern Ireland with Loki. A lot of support here, homebred. Maria actually Swedish, has lived in Northern Ireland for the past 20 years, eliminated from the jumping this morning and looking to put on a show here this afternoon. If you do pick up an elimination, you cannot be declared a champion 5 faults early on.
Yes, really unfortunate there, as you say. Nice steady dog this, as you say, but it's not always the quickest dog which wins. She's just having a ball there. It really is everybody's dream to be here. The atmosphere, and I'm sure Ashley will say this, is just electric, and it really does give you that special tingle, doesn't it, Ash?
Oh, there's nothing like it. There is honestly nothing like Crufts, and it is the best feeling in the world.
Well done, Maria, and Lockie, 39.5 seconds, and picking up those faults along the way.
I also think with our first 2 rounds, people are just going to be trying to get through to that final as well.
Here's Sarah Elliott from the Isle of Man with Indy, 5-year-old border collie, 3rd agility dog for Sarah, first collie, bred in the Isle of Man, and her litter actually named after parts of the Isle of Man TT course, and these pair eliminated from the jumping this morning. But Graham, great to have a representative from the Isle of Man here on International Saturday.
It is, as you say, it's an island. There aren't that many people that do agility on the Isle of Man. Had the pleasure of judging over there a couple of times. but they're nonetheless enthusiastic. And as you can see, this dog is competing really well. Now she's just got to keep this straight line, and unfortunately she's gone round the back of that jump. That wasn't the direction she was supposed to have done it from, so that equals the cross arms of the elimination from our judge. But still, she will just, hopefully she will go away and enjoy the experience and take something from it.
That's rather unfortunate then. 2 eliminations from the jumping, and also here this afternoon from the agility for Sarah and for Indy. This could be good. Kevin Odile from La France, Move, 6-year-old border collie, magical little dog at work in our family life, individual world champion in Austria, 2nd in the jumping this morning. Go on, Ashley, keep a close eye on this combination for us.
Yes, very successful combination. I remember watching his agility run at the World Championships last year, and it was breathtaking. So we are expecting big things from these guys today, and unfortunately they have 5 faults at the moment. But like I said earlier, we are just trying to get through these first 2 rounds with no elimination. So keep it together.
And the real buzz from the crowd. That should be good enough to keep going in this competition. Applause from everybody, all 7,000 or 8,000 inside the main arena, and from our judge as well. Just the 5 faults picked up along the way, but remember the name, Kevin Odile from France, and Move getting a proper shift on here this afternoon. From Spain, Rodrigo Garcia Vidal and Seda, 7-year-old border collie, 8th in the jumping this morning. Remember the time to beat 32.1, but it's all about keeping the standard high and qualifying for the big event later on. This looks good so far, Graham.
It does, and great style through there. There's 2-footed movement, one to the other. Just keep an eye on the handler as well when he's in shot. Everything's quite big movements from him, and that's just to make sure that the communication, as I say, communication is key. He gets eliminated now. We are a judge showing appreciation. It is it's commonplace in Europe that if you get eliminated, you will get clapped, just to show that everything's
No
all right,
feelings.
really. Yeah.
Keep on going.
That's again, we talk about the elimination and the horrible feeling, those crossed arms. That is just what you do not ever want to see.
Yeah, it's just gutting. And it's because you're letting your dog down at the end of the day. You're a partnership and you want to do the best that you can for your dog.
Isabel Simonsen from Norway, Zen, 6-year-old border collie, qualified for Crufts by winning the Norwegian Championship. A real Casanova is Zen, and likes to flirt with the ladies. I've been assured it's okay to say that. Eliminated from the jumping this morning. Getting a lot of love from the crowd here, these 2 from Norway, and having a really good first 15 seconds as well. Ashley.
Yeah, so if you're eliminating the jumping, you know you can't win the final. So my personal game plan here would be to just go out there, do a fast round. Like that, you might get a fault because you are pushing the dog, but you have nothing to lose. Unfortunately, picking up another 10 faults there, but hopefully she'll be happy with no elimination.
Well, it was a pretty quick round, wasn't it, Graham?
It was, but you see she came out immediately. She's got the dog's toy, she's making a fuss of it. It's got 10 faults, but as I say, the dog doesn't really know that. It's about making it a good experience for the dog for the next time that she qualifies for Crufts.
From Belgium now, Sally Andrews and Stitch, 6-year-old border collie. Best dog of the year in Belgium in 2021 and 2022. So could be a good partnership, this one. 3 tight jumps to start with, and picking up 5 faults there. Okay over the A-frame and the IAMs as well. Great sound effects going through the tunnel. Don't know if you hear those when you're out there, but we love them on television.
You can hit, well, you try and block everything out. The worst thing for me is trying not to listen to the commentator and what they're saying.
You'd be very advised to cock a deafen to the both of us, I tell you. This is good, though, from Sally and from Stitch. The 10 penalties, the time is very, very decent. Graham, your thoughts?
Again, very nice round there, just missed timing the jump, and as I say, they come off really easy. They're plastic poles, so the risk to the dog is minimal. It's all about safety. Everything we do in the Kennel Club agility has to be, first thing is safety, safety, safety.
Speicher Serge from Luxembourg, Aida, border collie, 6 years of age, national championships of the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg last year, 2022. And one of those dogs that Aida lets us know that she is in the house.
They are some of the hardest dogs to control around an agility course as well. When they're barking so loud, you're worried that they're not going to hear you or any of your commands. So you have to be extra loud and extra clear with them.
Serge Speicher, the handler out there, finishing the round. Tough dog to control, but it's done pretty well, and it's gone clear as well in a very, very acceptable time. 34.1 then for Serge, and that moves up into the top 5.
So just to reiterate, this is the International Invitational. We've got people from 19 separate countries. We invented sport of agility in 1978, and they're still following us, Jim.
Very good point. Penultimate dog, Cop from Wales, Border Collie, 4 years of age. Chris Curtin, the handler, the Great Britain team fitness coach. Cop born in Poland and now competes for Wales. Let's just have you talking us through this, Ashley.
Yes, so Chris is a really nice handler. He's very fast, so he can be there with his dogs, showing them the way through the course. Nice weave action there. I know Cop has some sensitive issues sometimes, and Chris has really worked with him to really build himself up, so he can take on the world stage now. And look at them go.
Look at them go indeed. It's clear and it's clean and it's very, very quick as well. Well done, Chris. 34.2. Excellent work from Chris Curtin for Wales and for Cop. We will see them later on. Up into the top 5 they go at the moment.
And I think you'd agree, Ashley, that that pairing over the last 12 months have come on in leaps and bounds. Really pleasing to see.
Yeah, 100%. When I first saw this dog come out, he was quite nervous, nowhere near as speedy as he is now, and that's a testament to Chris, really, in his training.
Last dog, Nicola Giraldi from Italy with Brant, Border Collie. Competing in agility since 1993, a couple of World Championship wins, and this combination were first in the jumping, but there's 5 faults early on in this round. Nearly 5 more wobbled that particular obstacle up and down over the seesaw. They're going for it here, Ashley.
Yeah, that's Nicola for you. He steps onto that line, he's going for it no matter what. And, he is an incredible handler. He's been world champion with another one of his dogs, and he's flying.
He is flying first in the jumping this morning, 32.1, and just the 5 faults as well, so equaling Ewan's time, and we'll be right up there in the final shake-up, no doubt about that, Graham.
Well, what they're going to happen now is they're going to combine the results from the jumping and agility, and they will come up with a running order for this evening, and it promises to be scintillating.
And we will see you again this evening, won't you, Ashley? You're going to go off and do your own thing for a couple of hours.